Here is the tumbleweed scarf. I'm using Yarnado yarn. This is a size 4 and it calls for a 5.5 millimeter hook. I'm using, where is it? A J hook, which is a 6 millimeter. Okay. And this is what I have so far. It does work up where it stops abruptly, but I actually kept it that way because I liked it the way that it did. It just worked with the pattern. So I'm going to show you on different yarn how to start it, and then I will walk you through the process of each row of what I did, and then we will meet back again at the end of the scarf. But yeah, now like I said, I'm using different yarn. I'm going to use the lolly, but this is just to show you the beginning of what I had done. I'll keep this over here just in case. I'm not sure if that'll distract you or not. Yeah, it might distract you, so let's move that out of the way. But just for tutorial purposes, I'm using an H hook and lolly yarn, and we make a slip stitch. Okay, then we're going to, okay, and to start the tumbleweed, we're going to make 16 chains. For instructional purposes, I am using the lolly yarn with an H hook, but for the original design, it is Yarnado with a J hook. But we have 16 chains. Okay, here's 16. We are going to do a half double crochet in each of the chains. We start out with a half double crochet in the second chain from the hook, so that would be the 15th. Insert the yarn over, insert the hook, pull up, yarn over, and pull through all 3. Sorry. Let's try that again. Yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, so we have 3, yarn over, and pull through 3. I keep going out of the camera, I'm sorry. Yarn over, insert hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, we have 3, yarn over, and pull through. So we have half double crochets in every stitch going across. So at the end we will have 15 half double crochets. And I will do 2 more with you. 1. And I will meet you at the end. Okay. we'll do the last half double crochet with you. Yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull through a loop, and yarn over and pull through all three. Now we have 15 half double crochets. So now onto row 2. We chain up 2, 1, 2. That will count as your first double crochet. And then we turn. We're going to do another double crochet. I'll try that way. We will do another double crochet in the next stitch, skipping. Let's see if we can show you. We're going to skip this because this counts as your first double crochet. So we're going to work into this stitch with the next double crochet. Yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through 2. So now it looks like we have 2 double crochets. And here comes this booyah stitch. I'll get it right by the end of the video. Okay, we are going to work into the next stitch. We're going to loosely wrap the yarn around our needle 6 times. I'm sorry, not the needle, the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we already had this on our hook. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 loops on our hook at this moment. We're going to, now remember, these have to be loose. We're going to insert our hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull up. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 loops on the hook. It gets easier, I promise. Now, since these are loose, usually you would use a latch hook. I just learned 2 days ago how to do this. I didn't have one handy. So you do with what you got. This first loop is going to be pulled through all these loops. I take my thumb and forefinger and I pull it up a little bit, just a little bit, and I use this finger to help with the tension, but we pull through the loop. Now see how all these bunched up really close? So we're going to pull these back a little, and we're going to do the same thing. Pull it up just a little, come on under the rug. And we're going to do it again. Under the rug. Under the rug. Peeking through. Almost there. Last but not least, home run. 8. And it looks like a little, one of those springy things you used to put on your shoelaces going to school. Okay, now we're going to yarn over and pull through that top one to lock it in. Focus. There we go. So as of right now, we have 2 double crochets, and a bullion, a, a, a springy. And we're going to do this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Insert into the next stitch, yarn over, and then pull this up a little, and under the rug. Under the rug. And last but not least, now I pull it a little to make it tight. Okay, and then we yarn over and pull through to lock it in place. Voila. So then, next stitch is a regular double crochet. Okay. And it's just going to be one of those. And then we're going to do the bullion again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Insert the hook, pull up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Pull it tight, yarn over, and lock it in place. And one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Insert the hook, pull up a yarn, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I use this finger to hold them in place so they don't fall off the hook, otherwise you got to do it all over again. I mean, it is what it is. Lock it in place. Bam. Okay. And then the next one is a double crochet. Now keep doing that pattern until the end. 2 bullions, 1 double crochet. 2 bullions, 1 double crochet. And I'll meet you back at the end here. Okay, now I switched to the original with the Yarnado yarn and the J hook for the next row to be easier for you to see. But I'm finishing up the last of this bullion. Oops. Okay, so pull up under the rug, under the rug, under the rug, under the rug, da-da, and da-da. See how it's loose a little? We're gonna pull it, yarn over, and lock it in place. Right? Now, it's a double crochet. Sorry. It's a double crochet in the next stitch. Pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now, as you can see here, this is the chain that we count as a double crochet. So you do have to work in that stitch. Always a regular double crochet at the end of the row. And you just count up to the top. 1, 2, 3. Me, I really don't count. I just go right into about there. Yeah, that looks good. And put a double crochet. Just like that. Now, we are going to do chain 1 and turn. As you can see, it's going to be the back of the work. Now, it does get tricky at parts if you're not paying attention. Yeah. So, on this row, yes, you want to pay attention. You just chained 1 and turned. Now we're going to do half double crochets all the way across. We're going to yarn over. We are going to insert into this first stitch here and do a half double crochet. There's 1, and yarn over into the next stitch, yarn over and pull through all 3. Now that's the 2 double crochets that we worked into. We're coming up to this bobble. Now, as you can see, it's got the loops right here that are pretty big. So those are pretty obvious of where we gotta go. So yarn over, insert through both of those. Come on, fingers, work. Okay. And yarn over and pull through. And then the next bobble, the 2, just like that. Now the next stitch is a double crochet in between the 2. So you got 2 bobbles, double crochet, 2 bobbles. So as long as you can remember that there is that 1 in between, you should be okay. That's a little tighter. And half double crochet right there. And the next stitches are the 2 bobbles. Bobbles, but yeah, I'll get the name right one of these days. Okay. And then we just go across like that. And I will meet you at the end and show you how to start the next row. Okay, and we are on our last stitch right now. Again, we have the chain 2, and we're just going to pull it out a little, find a spot that looks good, and do a half double crochet. Okay, then we're going to chain 2 and turn. That counts as a double crochet. And then we're just repeating. Since this counts as a half double crochet, we do not work into this stitch, but we work into this one. Another double crochet. And that is the pattern. We got this one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Insert. And pull through, under the rug, to the peekaboo, peekaboo. There we go. and lock it in place. And that's the pattern. Pull that out a little so we don't lose our spot. The chain twos. And then on this side, when we get to that end, is a half double crochet all the way across. And I call this the tumbleweed. As you can see, this is the result.